was driving up to Long Reef that day, Sydney's North Shore. We were responding to a number of phone calls made by individual witnesses who sighted unusual lights above Narrabeen and Collaroy.
Met up with Attila in the car park at the golf club at Long Reef. From there we got all our equipment out, our chairs, etc. And slowly walked up the quite a climb to the top. We set up, we're looking towards the north, I suppose you would say. From there, once all the equipment was set up, just a usual thing, nothing happened for a little while. It was a bit of an overcast day, the wind was up a bit of rain was in the air, some unusual cloud formations.
That evening I had a 2.5-inch refractor, small telescope with a camera set up on a tripod.
Orange light appeared just above the water, very, very faint. It was like in the distance, with a naked eye, you could make it out. But of course with the telescope we could see it a little bit clearer, but it was just an orange ball really. And it seemed to be just above the water, coming towards us a little bit, and then it just suddenly disappeared.
15-20 minutes later, a second identical anomaly appeared in the same region, again heading towards the coast. It then stopped and hovered for approximately 1 minute. At that stage, it gave me enough time to set up my camera and take a shot of it.
Shortly afterwards, the orange ball of light appeared again in a similar area to where it did before. Just seemed to be just above the water. And this time it seemed to be coming towards us a lot faster than on the first occasion. And then we could see the light, like it was going into the water, submerging. And as it was going down, it suddenly, disappeared. And then Attila looked towards our east that time and then noticed this ball of light, quite a big light, just above the tree lines in the distance, out to the sea. And that was really exciting. He saw, like, with excitement, I turned around as well and I could see the light. I couldn't make out a shape at that particular time.
Unbelievable, it was absolutely incredible. It was beyond comprehension. The object that I saw had a large orange dome under its subsection. It was triangular in shape.
what I'm saying. No one's going to believe us. Not at all.
Until I jumped the barrier and went running off towards further on towards the head, towards the point at Long Reef, I suppose.
It was absolutely incredible. I mean, the only way I can describe this object was that it resembled a manta ray with its fins curved up.
He come running back, told me about it. We gathered up all our equipment and went running back up the path over towards another area, still facing towards the north, but now northeast, I suppose you could describe it. The area of sea and the coastline which we could see.
Trevor joined me later on, but by the time I got there, it was now glowing orange at the horizon. It had obviously accelerated to some extraordinary speed.
And it changed to a real bright white light, like like a strip light, I suppose, really is one way to describe it. But all different bars, and it broke up into lots of individual lights. And it just seemed like it was reflecting on top of the surface of the water, like glowing back. Could have been two-tiered, or it could have been the reflection. But we had a look through Attila's telescope. We could clearly make out it was a shape, obviously, of some description. Seemed to be triangular with the way the lights. They had a centre light which seemed to be brighter than the others, and a whole series of smaller lights dotted around the side.
When we set up, we were then distracted by a number of helicopters scanning the shore or the coastal region of Long Reef, Collaroy. Obviously they had discovered the object.
Good evening. How often have we looked up into the vastness of space and wondered, are we alone? For thousands, perhaps millions of people around the world, this controversial question may have been answered. One man from this majority is Laszlo Novak, a resident of a small suburb on the outskirts of Sydney. A normal family man living a normal family life. But little did he know that on the 5th of June 1999, his life would change forever. His dramatic account would be shared with many other independent witnesses. This is his story.
we was very, very scared actually. It was something unusual that we never saw. And even my husband and my family was there, because they saw everything.
And it was a very frightening experience too, because we didn't know what's going to happen, and whether they are coming back or not.
They were in the shape of a perfect triangle. One at the top and two at the bottom, exactly the same. And they were all just stationary. It was quite eerie.
But when I looked up onto the little sky, I saw these terrible lights, these huge lights, three big objects up in the sky.
Oh, it was about half 8:30, 9 o'clock. There was three bright white lights.
Yeah.
Come over the hill, and they went from the west to the east, and then just sort of shot up in the air and disappeared.
My friend of mine was visiting to my place, and we went to the shopping center to buy some drink. Way back home, I saw like a big soccer ball size orange object went towards Wollongong over his head, and just we stop and we look at that object, and my friend, he said, it's much better we go back home. We started dinner party. When we finished, that was at 9 o'clock. My friend, they went back home because it was a little bit late.
Wow, look at that. What's that up there?
Oh God, what is that?
Oh.
What is that?
When she stepped out our door, she saw on the three objects, it was vertical position. They went towards Wollongong nice smoothly.
Wait a minute. Something easy.
Did you see Ray?
Let me see. Let me. Yeah.
So as soon as I went out, I noticed some unusual lights, and I called my family and as well Laszlo and his family, and suddenly I said to them, look, there's something unusual up in the sky. And by the time Laszlo went back to get his camera, it already started moving and changed the position. It was just, how I should say, like a big ball shape like bigger than the tennis ball, and they will look like it's spinning around, and sooner or later they just start moving and change the position.
I went outside and there was 3 lights. They were in the shape of a perfect triangle. 1 at the top and 2 at the bottom, exactly the same. And they were all just stationary. It was quite eerie, and they didn't move. And we watched them for a fair while, and then slowly the 2 bottom ones faded away, and just left the one sitting there by itself, and then the other 2 came back a little bit. And then they just disappeared completely.
It was in the triangle position, it's like that, and they changed the position, and nicely, smoothly they went down, and one by one disappeared slowly.
Wait, did you see him? Te közelbe hozod? Hozod közelbe, hogy nagyítsd ki.
3 szögbe állt el nézni. És egyenletesen mennek el,
Ez szent, hogy nem tűzijáték, az úgy szent.
(10), just I picked up my camera and I went outside to the Phantom Crescent and Longest Road corner. The street, it was noisy that time, dog barking and everything. Something very strange happened. I heard them in the big sound barrier like a big cannon fire. I couldn't believe them. That's a 3 large object. It went towards Wollongong. And suddenly, everything around me, it went silent. It's no children noise, nothing, no cars. But my camera, how I remember, it wasn't operating that time. It was very strange. That's beautiful. I couldn't believe it. And how I remember, it was stationary above me, and I tried to get it on the camera. I couldn't get it, and I ran to the next to the street lights, put my camera in the front of him, you know, to the street lights, put my hand in front of him. Nothing. I see nothing. The date is the time. A date came out. The time and no sound. It's no picture. I have no idea what happened. The car came towards me, and but that time it was 11:30. And I tried to stop a car. They don't want to stop. Just I point them in the sky. Look.
And Les ran to our car and pointed up into the sky. And we thought, well, there must be something wrong, and we just kept on driving on home.
Don't stop, don't stop. A man came running to our car, and what looks like a machine gun that he had in his hand. I said to the driver, drive on, don't stop. And we drove on, but this man was then pointing up to the sky. And when we looked up into the sky, we saw these 3 lights, bright lights in orange.
And I knew, I said, well, if Les has got a video machine, he is videoing, so it's better let's go back. So we went around other side of the road, and we stopped on the other corner and got out of the car. But when I looked up into the sky, I saw these terrible lights, these huge lights, three big objects up in the sky. It was a big round object. It was the size of I saw it was the size of a motor vehicle's wheel up in the sky with a very bright red or yellowish light coming from it. And at the bottom, it was like a big CD disc with little holes in it, which was turning around.
The object, it was like big donut shape, and like a CD disc, the lights, it was spinning around, white lights, and even I could see there's a black center hole in the middle section.
There were two of the objects were on the other side, but this one was very near to us. It was stationary, not moving. Afterwards, it slowly moved towards the other two, further on.
A picture back like that, and straight away my camera, the date, time, everything it came back like that. And the camera is just start to work, and I get it only footage, only that's 3 minutes footage.
Another object, another two objects, maybe I can find them, maybe I can see them, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I see this one.
And they formed like a triangle pattern, and they were there for a couple of seconds in that pattern, and then they moved closer, and it became one big object. When it became one big object, it just shot up into the sky and disappeared.
And the camera is just start to work, and I get it only footage, only that's 3 minutes footage, but my camera, how I remember, it was 1 hour non-stop run.
Some of it. When Laszlo first came to me, the story that I received was that Laszlo had a well-documented experience with a UFO and filmed some of it, but the important part was that he had some lost time. And what might have happened in that lost time seemed to be disturbing his sleep and his thought processes. And when we first attempted to go deeper with the hypnosis on that, we weren't very successful. We couldn't get past that fear barrier that's coming to mind right now. But on the next occasion we did, and it was a very frightening experience for Laszlo. And continued to be so after the session.
There's something there on the top of my head.
I don't know what.
Something on the top of your head.
Yeah.
Did it touch your head?
Just, no. Just I feel like the object is still there.
You feel like the object was still there? What was happening there was he was dealing with the process that he hadn't accepted because it was blanked out of his mind or his memory. So when he was able to relive that experience, then he had to deal with the fear factors of it then.
Like a flying and still, I have no idea.
Describe the flying.
I don't know. I can't say anything. Object is at the top of my head. I don't know. I have no idea what he's going to do. And then lights is spinning around. I have no idea.
That's all right.
I see something.
You are safe.
I feel like I'm on a table.
You feel like you're on a table?
Come on. I don't know, they did something again.
They did something?
I have no idea, man.
They did something
They did
again?
something, they do something.
To what?
I have no idea.
To what part of you did they do something?
Still, I saw the little creatures just go down and watch my feet. I don't know what they're doing.
What does it look like to you?
It's a little gnome, like a little gnome creature.
Like gnomes, yeah. And they're doing something.
They're doing something, but I have no idea what they do.
Ask what they're doing, why you're there.
I'm scared.
I realise that.
I'm scared to ask. I'm scared, I don't know. I don't know my eyes, it's like, I close my eye down, I don't know.
Why do you want to examine me?
It's that they don't want to hurt me.
They don't want to hurt you.
They just don't accept me.
I see.
I don't know.
So they said they don't want to hurt
They
you.
lift up and they point the finger at me. It's a tall body. I don't hurt you, just don't want to examine you.
Okay, how did they tell you that? How did
They lift up a finger like that.
They told you that they didn't want to hurt you,
I
just
don't
examine
know.
you. How did they tell you that? Did they speak to you?
Just they lift up a finger. They
Lift up a finger, and did you hear a voice?
Point on me.
Eh?
They point on me. No, it was a white flash.
Right, a white flash, and then you knew they said they weren't trying to hurt you. Did you hear any voice?
No.
No. How?
I like this out. Looks like an object is like that.
Yeah?
Object moving out.
And the object's going away. And where are you?
And now I get at the camera in my hand.
You've got the camera in your hand, you're back on the ground.
Yeah.
And the experience that Laszlo had here, he was reliving something that happened to him. And I would say that was definite. Abductee experiences you can't reassure people that it's not going to happen again. If you get struck by lightning, we'd say, oh look, you know, the chance of getting struck by lightning again is very unlikely. We can't say that to abductees. So that once they acknowledge that the experience is there, that's good in clearing that unconscious blockage. But as far as making them feel safe that it's never going to happen again, we can't do that.
Early morning, I went outside to get my car, radio on a long trip when I saw that incredible lights above the camera town. I ran inside to get a camera on my hand, and my hand was shaking. I couldn't believe them. That was, I don't know what they were.
It's over Cambertown. It's a strange light. I'm shaking. It's early morning. You can see the lights on the top of the Cambertown. On that light, it's very strange. Early morning. I'm shaking. I have no idea what is it. You can see that the lights on the top of a Cambertown. The light.
Rendkívül érdekes felvétel, amelyet Novak.Laszlo készített 1999. június 26-án, és amelyet megpróbáltunk a magunk szerint technikai lehetőségeivel minél jobban megvizsgálni. Ezen a felvételen minden jel szerint egy nagyméretű, azonosítatlan repülő objektum látható. Ezt szeretném bemutatni. Miután alaposan ledigitalizáltuk ezt a felvételt, képkockánként megvizsgáltuk, arra megállapításra jutottunk, hogy egy bumeráng alakú objektum van ezen a felvételen. Ezt akkor lehet leginkább látni, hogyha a felvételt kinagyítjuk meglehetősen nagy nagyításban, mi 400%-os nagyítást alkalmaztunk, és egy kicsit felgyorsítottuk a felvételt. Egy nagyon lassan forgó objektum, főleg, hogyha oda-vissza próbáljuk meg lejátszani ezt a felvételt, akkor lehet észrevenni, hogy ez az objektum lassan forog. Kiragadtuk a felvételnek két képkockáját, és egy oda-vissza lejátszás segítségével megpróbáltuk jól megmutatni, amint lehet látni, ez a hosszabbik fény a következő képkockán átkerül ide, illetve az a két felső kép, amelyet itt például egérrel megmutatok, ez a két felső kép, ez is itt van, tehát ez is látható, ebből lehet következtetni az objektum forgására. Ez a nagyobbik fény, ez pedig eltűnik ott a kép hátulsó részében, illetve nagyon jól látható egyfajta szimmetria. A szimmetria egyik részét ez a fény, a másik részét ez a fény, illetve két középső kis fény jelképezi. Majdnem olyan ez, mint hogyha egy gépkocsit filmeznénk szemből, a két lámpája látható, de ez feltétlenül az objektumnak a hátsó része.
And be back again. A little bit further.
It's a full zoom. Have a look now. No sunrise, nothing. It's early morning. What is it?
A group of researchers from the UFO Society of Western Sydney embarked on an expedition to a remote region, somewhere in the Western Tablelands. This region is surrounded by rugged terrain. The nights are still and eerie and seem to invite the unexpected. Rumours spoke of strange lights appearing from nowhere, terrifying those who encountered them. Not knowing what to expect, the researchers were prepared to face the unexpected. Their hopes were to find answers to the unanswered. This next footage contains no reenactments or special effects. You will see it as it happened.
Laszlo, could you get telephone me on your phone, mate? Or my phone, whatever?
Laszlo?
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 second.
I want to ask him where the hell he is.
We can see him anyway.
Yeah, I know.
He's there.
That's all right.
Front of us.
Yeah, I just wanted to...
Yeah, he's front of us.
It's an absolutely magnificent view. The road is dusty and dirty, but pretty good.
So far.
So far. And we haven't really seen anything too untoward to stop our journey.
Is that it down there? Is this the bridle track now, is it?
Oh yeah, we've been on the bridle track for a long time. We're going down there right now. That's where we are.
Right.
Going down that steep hill now.
Yeah.
Then we're going to go up. There's not many cars around
No,
here.
and it's actually getting, this is the roughest part now.
Yeah.
So we're getting to a stage where if somebody's coming on the opposite side, it ain't going to do much justice for anybody.
No. Somebody has to back a long way.
Just enough room to go down. What do you think we can? Just go up there with Attila. Yeah, just go like that. You can see the side, this side, close to them.
Probably. This looks like a pretty decent little four-wheel drive track.
Yeah, you get it?
So we're going to go up there.
About 1:30, then it was starting to get cold then.
Oh, and I was starting to get cold around about the 10 o'clock mark.
I still had a t-shirt on at 1:30.
What happened today?
That's a lightning ball from them to them and back again. From that section to them.
Phil, what are we seeing?
Some sort of light that's emanating, rised slightly up near the trees. I can't see it as well as I did before though.
I think we're going to carry on. Okay, let's go. Let's have a look. Well, we'll turn the camera on when we get down there.
No. It's just not there now.
Okay, it's happening. I don't know if we're recording this at all, but... Oh God. Oh God, look at that. I don't know if I can actually see this. Folks, if you can see this, I'll try to tune in. It's orange at the top, blue down the bottom. We'll try to...
Oh, reddish orange, yeah. Something like that. Well, reddish orange and blue in the front.
Okay guys, it's moving very fast. Please come this way. This is incredible. We have another one. It's another one! Oh God. It's going towards it. Laszlo's trying to get a hold of it, but...
I can't get it. I can't get it. Oh my God.
We'll have a... Where's Lloyd?
Two right there.
Lloyd's on the ground. He's trying to get a hold of it.
Make it nice and, so the binoculars don't move.
The boat looks like a 3 stars.
I can see red, white and green or blue. Red on top. Definitely I can see it spinning.
Definitely red.
It looks as though it's definitely spinning. But in binoculars it really looked it.
Yeah,
actually I thought it looked better in binoculars when I first saw it.
Like it did,
These guys are absolutely, what they're doing is they're camouflaging themselves in a constellation. It's awesome. We actually saw them come up from the hill, moving, stopped, and then started hovering. Now they're actually increasing altitude with the stars. Absolutely awesome.
It's different. The flat actually looks very red.
So, what are we seeing? What are we seeing, Phil? Quick.
We're actually seeing a rotating disc with a gap in the middle, with colours at the top, red, white, green and blue.
Incredible.
Absolutely incredible. And it's...
in the middle, please?
Can you see it?
Yeah, I think I can see a gap in the middle.
Can you see the gap? I saw the gap in the middle too. I wasn't quite 100% sure.
Red, white gap in the middle and blue.
It's rotating.
Yeah.
It's definitely rotating. It seems to be maybe anti-clockwise.
They're above the hill. We can only see Laszlo there, but we can't actually see the stars because it... What is it?
Oh no, something went down.
And also, what do we see? The beam. Phil, the beam.
Yeah, we saw the beam between the two.
I
didn't see it the first time.
It was a
I saw
massive
it the
projecting beam coming up behind the mountain. We don't know what the hell it was.
Yeah.
After these things appeared.
Yep.
Over there, well, as soon as the stars went down, all of a sudden I saw a really bright light just come above the horizon, and I screamed out to Laszlo,
So
hurry
yeah,
up
what's that rotating underneath?
with the binoculars and all that, and come up and it rose.
Is there
All of a
something
sudden,
rotating
it was incredibly
underneath?
bright there, it just went below, rose again, went below, and that was it.
Incredible. What's up?
Can I?
I'm not sure. I think there's something rotating underneath.
That's what I thought. That's what I reckon. I reckon there's something rotating underneath.
Sorry, mate.
And it's sort of like a bluey colour. or it's a darker colour.
Yeah, I could see a red kind of flashing under the, a kind of like a ball.
The second last sighting was there.
Yeah.
That's where the mountain range lit up last night.
I really don't know.
And the red light was jumping up and down right there. Right between that gap there. Then Phil,
yes.
Where did you see yours?
Just between the...
I think this was about 1:30.
So we've got the one little hill there, another little hill there. We've got a big hill there, and then you go back to about 3 o'clock.
So somewhere about there.
Somewhere around there, it just went up, down, and it was about a 5-second interval that it did it on.
For the past hour, we have presented eyewitness accounts and reenactments. We have shown you dramatic footage and images of unidentified objects that defy all conventional explanation. There are millions of similar reports around the world. One could wonder, how much more would it take to convince the world that we are not alone? It is a question that we must ask ourselves. Do we really want to ignore the reality? Or do we become aware of the universe around us and accept the possibilities? Until then, our team and I will continue to search far and beyond for more evidence. But remember, it can happen to you.
Now, there have been some strange goings-on around Sydney, with several sightings of objects in the sky. Those who've witnessed these UFOs are sure we're being visited by aliens. And so far, there's no better explanation.
We've all heard the stories before, but rarely from so many independent witnesses.
It's just right there, and between the two trees that go towards the Wollongong.
Whatever it was, Laszlo Novak managed to film it. For them, 3 large pulsating objects cruising silently in formation over Campbelltown. One came so close, Laszlo says he could see some structure.
That was like a donut shape, and underneath I saw them like orange lights. It was spinning around.
The lights returned 3 times over 7 hours. One witness sure she was being observed.
It just sort of slowly came towards me, and then that's when I ran back onto the front porch because I was really terrified.
This time, all the usual explanations have been discounted. Civil and military radar reported no unusual blips. Even the chance of atmospheric conditions playing tricks ruled out by cloudy skies.
That was real, definitely, because I was the witness and I saw it.
This was something that we lit up in a big CD disc with a little hole spinning around it. Spinning around, and it put in my mind, this is a flying source. When then this whole pattern, these three lights moved far away, then they all became into one. They formed one light. So then again, there was not three anymore. It all came together and formed one light. And it was in the distance. It just disappeared. Not that way, that way. God tells us in the Quran that we are not the only beings. God says, I'm the creator of all the worlds and the universe and its being.